All right, hello everybody, come on in. Come on in, folks. So, we're here in East Palmdale. We just left the Barricaded Suspect incident. Thank God. Whew, thank God it was a long day over here. But I'll give it a minute for more people to come in. Hello everyone, good afternoon, good afternoon. So I'm now on my way home. I'm just leaving the Barricaded Suspect incident in East Palmdale off of 13th Street East and the Gilmore area. And thank God it ended peacefully with no major injuries or anything, no deaths. Suspect is in custody. So how is everybody today, by the way? Yeah, most of the law enforcement should be pulling out of there shortly. That incident is basically concluded. So, maybe I should turn around and go back and see what that is. Nah, it's just it's a small outdoor fire. But, so it did end peacefully. It was a long day. They used multiple flashbangs. Windows knocked out. They, oh my God, 40 millimeter sponge. And then the suspect did wind up giving up on his own. It was stated that he had a .22 and a shotgun in the home. And from my understanding, earlier in the day, he released
a cart in the middle lane.
He released the apparent hostage at that time. This was in East Palmdale. It was off of, I'm going to say, I think it was R7 and 13th East. But thank God it ended peacefully. Nobody was killed. Nobody was hurt. He's in custody. Right now we're actually hands-free. That's why you're not seeing me. The phone is by itself. No, I do not believe he was part of the carjacking from last night. This, if I'm correct, was a domestic dispute. But I'm sure after a while we'll receive some kind of a press release or a nixle from law enforcement so we can put out the exact facts of what happened with this case.
100, when you're clear, can you respond for a stolen vehicle report at 2780 Road, the crosses Alder in Cascade?
I left last night from the carjacking scene, and at that time when I left, as far as I know, they did not have anybody in custody from that. There were 3 suspects, 2 males, 1 female. Oh boy, it looks like, well, we'll see what happens here in a minute, folks. There's a collision around the corner from where I'm at right now, so we just gotta wait for the lights to go through. Oh, look at that. Here, let's straighten out while we're stopped. There we go. Now we're straight there. No, as far as we know, they did not catch the 3 people from last night. At least not at the point when I left the location.
1182 on Palmdale Boulevard between 87th Street and 90th East. It's a gray Honda Civic and a gray, both of them are gray Honda Civic.
There's another collision you can probably hear in the background. I don't know yet because I'm sitting at the stoplight, but we'll be there in a minute.
22nd and Avenue Q now. If you just don't mind asking for me, I'll be there. Got out there, see there.
Thank you. It's just the news. We do what we can do.
on the right shoulder.
It's a collision. So how was everybody's day today?
260.3 going code 650 on the Boulevard, Ray 902T. LA copy, you loud and clear. How do you copy LA?
Loud and clear, copy.
All right, let's go see what we got here, folks.
We're available.
Engine 24 LA?
Engine 24.
Captain, response.
Just west of 50.
Oh, well, I guess so.
Where's the Rio? Yeah, go ahead there.
I'm already through.
You don't want to around from Town Center Post Ranch, copy.
But it looks like the collision's not at the corner it was called out for. So we're going to have to go further up the road, folks.
Yes, they're going 97 seconds.
See what happens here.
Testing 324 219th Street.
Well, it looks like it's actually right here at Vallarta's. Appears to have some damage there. So we'll go up here and make a U-turn and come back through the parking lot. These stoplights sure are taking time. Well, I don't know if I'm going to pass by your job now because I'm making a U-turn.
On the unit 260 by 3 code 450 on the Boulevard, Ray 902T, just awaiting fire, code 4.
pull in the parking lot here and go see what we got.
Lancaster 112, you have to handle 112 Tom 2. The incident 242 just occurred, 902 and 909. 5th Street, Easton Avenue, I-Ida. Black vehicle, plate of 7 Union, King Sam 044 versus the red Mercedes.
And right there's a collision, folks.
He's an Hispanic 25, wearing a black pants and a black shirt. Black
Don't know exactly what happened,
him out after the TC.
but there's a little white car on the other side.
For Lancaster Unit 3, that plate in the call returns clear and current on the 2008 Mercedes. RO address out of Palmdale and Terrazzo Drive.
You can see there's a substantial amount of damage on that vehicle there.
Units update on your 242 JO fire is staging.
Because he literally hit the brick wall. But it's not that bad, folks. No, I'm actually okay. I just had a Red Bull. I'm not too exhausted. I'm doing pretty good. Actually, I got to go home and do the honeydews. So I got to go home and clean carpets today. And some sofas. But other than that, you know, I'm all right. I'm not tired. I'm doing pretty good today. The reason I sound tired sometimes, folks, is I do have that nasty thing called COPD. See that little truck right there, that yellow one? That's Josh. It's right there. Yeah, I'm out.
LA Squad 37.
Go ahead.
I'm out. I'm live right now too.
It's going to be
So.
Palmdale and 5th
Yep.
Street in front of the Vallarta parking lot. Two vehicles in the engine squad in.
But yeah, everybody. So I'm back on to. Let's get back onto a couple topics. All right, the one ended peacefully. That's awesome. Thank God. No major injuries. Guy gave up after quite some time. You know, 3 flashbang grenades, that's a lot. Those things are extremely loud. But he was in contact quite a few times with the Met
So
team.
units are put in a 23-1-3 on, they are saying Angeles Crescent 5 points. It's a Honda and a white Ford Mustang and other vehicles are doing donuts and being reckless in the area. Possibly near Pier Blossom and Avenue T-Town. Again, a couple vehicles being reckless at the entrance. No further, teammates 277, clear 1604.
$24,000.
183, Abdallah Palmdale, 1400 Mission Boulevard.
You know, I like doing the news, but sometimes it tugs at you because some of the things you do just are not right. You know, when people do things to children or elderly, you know, that's not cool. And that stuff gets to you. But as far as the news, I like doing the news, and I like the fact that we don't have to get everything approved by an editor or any of that garbage, you know? And, you know, when you have to go through an editor or producer or all that, that really cuts down on the news. Not only does it cut down on what's put out there, it also tells you what you can put out there, you know, which is very biased. I've been on some very interesting calls. I mean, anywhere from, let's go back a couple years to Jesus Chewy Guzman, that they found multiple bodies chopped up on his property in Little Rock. I think it was 106 or something like that. Some very nasty fatalities where, I mean, people were literally scalped, people, you know, cut in half. There's no new news on the boys as far as I know. I would love to be able to come on and say, oh yes, there's been an arrest, or oh yes, the boys have been found. But to my knowledge, that hasn't happened. I mean, we also covered the one where a guy was burned to death in a water cistern with tires. You know, I've seen some very odd stuff, some very hateful stuff. Gabriel case, Noah case, you know, different cases like that. You know, there's so much out there that, I mean, we're just touching down on a little bit of what really happens out here. Because we have to find more people that, you know, have experience. We have a couple people that are new, that they're doing actually good jobs. You know, we all make mistakes, but hey, that happens. Usually, no, they don't tell us to leave. I know what pretty much my boundaries are, and I don't show the bodies and stuff out of respect for families. Some people do think it's okay to take pictures of the bodies, or with, you know, feet or arms hanging out from under the sheets and stuff like that. That's not cool. You know? I've been contacted recently by multiple people in regards to other cases regarding missing people, deceased children, that they feel they're not getting, the children aren't getting a fair shake, that they're not getting justice. I got one that's down in LA somewhere that I'm going to have to contact real soon and go down, and we'll sit down and discuss it before we do live. You know? But, yeah. Oh, believe it or not, yes, there was a guy that walked through the crime scene that had a chip on his shoulder, and my understanding is he might even be a wanted man. So, I mean, maybe that's why he had a chip on his shoulder, because he knew he was wanted and he thought he was caught up. But he didn't match the description for people that were on scene, that ran from the scene there. But this is an interesting job. It's not for everybody, you know. We don't do ride-alongs very often, but once in a while we will take somebody on a ride-along. For anybody that just came on, there's a few things we were talking about. One, we were talking about the barricaded suspect that actually had a hostage at one point, let the hostage go, then finally gave up hours later after multiple flashbangs, and then, from my understanding, 40 caliber sponge and knocking out some windows and so forth. He wound up giving up himself. I think one of the cops did know him last night. Wow. And so your friend was shot and killed, and the murderer's out on bail. That is crazy. That's crazy right there. That should not be happening. Yeah, so anyways, it's just another day out here. But it was a long day because we covered the barricade. The guy was barricaded all day long. It started this morning. No, I'm actually going home. I'm going home. But I live in the west side of Lancaster. And before I pull into my neighborhood, I will shut my live feed off. Because I try and keep where I live sort of private because of the kind of work we do. But I will come back on later and chit chat with some folks. You know, maybe I'll see if there's any new information, because I haven't been online all day long. I'll make a couple calls and see if there's any new information in regards to the toddlers in Cal City. That's truly a sad event. And it's just truly disgusting. Yes, the gentleman, I won't even call him a gentleman. The suspect that killed the two people in the hit and run, yes, he is out on bail. At least to the last of my knowledge, he is out on bail. People are very angry that he did get out on bail after killing two people and only having a $50,000 bail, which means, depending on the bail bondsman, he could have got out for as little as $1,000. Yeah, it is disgusting. But everybody, I'm coming close to where I live, so I will say it once again. Where are the boys? You know, we all want to know that. And everybody have a blessed day. God bless everybody. And God bless the missing toddlers. We will be talking to you all soon. Have a blessed one, folks. Yeah, Salvation Army is closed, James. I called earlier and I didn't receive a phone call back. Maybe he was busy. But I will talk to you all soon. God bless you all. Have a blessed evening.